All right, so we're diving into Josh Allen and Hailee Steinfeld's engagement. At first glance, it might just seem like another celebrity engagement, but there's actually a lot more to unpack here, and we're going to look at why this one's got people talking.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast everything's moved. It feels like just yesterday we were seeing those first pics of them together in New York. Back in May 2023, not long after Allen and his longtime girlfriend, Brittany Williams, split.
Right, right. And then there were those pictures of them in the hot tub during that Mexico trip. The rumor mill went into overdrive after that.
Definitely. And then a source close to them actually confirmed it to People magazine, saying that they were head over heels from the start. That was barely a year ago.
Yeah.
And now, boom, engagement ring and everything. Makes you wonder if love at first sight is really a thing.
Maybe it is, who knows? Fast forward to now. Allen proposed in a super romantic way. Waterfront, sunset, flower arch, candles, the whole 9 yards. Sounds like something out of a movie.
He really went all out, that's for sure. And the timing is interesting, too. Proposing during the Bills' bye week on November 22nd gave them some time to themselves to celebrate before the news went public on Black Friday.
Yeah, it seems like he was trying to keep things quiet for as long as possible. Remember that Pardon My Take podcast interview? He talked about how much he hates all the paparazzi attention on their relationship. He even mentioned a photographer in a boat trying to sneak a picture. Some people might just brush that off as a celebrity thing, but I wonder if there's more to it.
Oh, for sure. There's a huge psychological toll that comes with that kind of constant scrutiny. Imagine never being able to truly relax in public, always feeling like you're being watched and judged. It's no surprise that athletes who already have so much pressure on them might be especially sensitive to it.
And it's interesting how Haley's dealt with it all. You don't see her on camera much at Bills games, which is unusual for a celebrity partner.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about the relationship. She's clearly respecting his wishes, maybe even trying to create a sense of normalcy for them. It seems like they're figuring out that balance between their public and private lives.
For sure. But even with them trying to stay low-key, that engagement announcement on Instagram caused a huge reaction, especially from Bills fans.
Oh, yeah. Bills Mafia has totally embraced Hailee. You see it everywhere online. People offering to DJ their wedding, sharing memes. I even saw someone joking about falling to their knees in the grocery store when they heard the news.
It's like the whole city of Buffalo celebrating with them.
Totally. And it really shows how much fans feel connected to athletes' personal lives these days. It's this blurring of fandom and parasocial relationships where people feel personally invested in the happiness of these public figures.
It's true. And speaking of investment, some fans are saying this engagement could be the key to a Super Bowl win for the Bills. They're pointing out that lots of Super Bowl winning quarterbacks have been married or engaged. Like there's a link between relationship stability and success on the field.
That's a fun theory, though I don't know if I buy it completely, but it definitely shows the hope and excitement around the Bills this season. Fans are looking for any sign that this could be their year.
Definitely. Now, along with all the excitement, there have been some more complicated reactions, particularly on Reddit, about Allen's political views and some of his old social media activity.
Right, some fans are concerned about how that lines up with Hailee's public image, while others are saying his personal beliefs shouldn't matter.
It's a tough issue for sure. And it shows how personal beliefs can play into how we see public figures.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, can you really separate someone's personal views from their professional achievements, or even from their relationship with another person? And how much do those beliefs affect our fandom?
Those are some big questions for fans to think about. But before we go too deep into that, let's rewind a bit and look at how this whole whirlwind romance started.
Yeah, it seems like it happened out of nowhere. But looking back, you can see hints that things were developing for months before those first photos came out.
Oh yeah, that's true. I think I read somewhere that they were seen at a Knicks game together back in April 2023. But it didn't really cause a stir at the time. This was right before the Met Gala, where Hailee was a co-chair. Do you think maybe they met through mutual friends in that scene?
Yeah, that's totally possible. The fashion and entertainment worlds kind of overlap a lot, and those big events are perfect for networking, so it wouldn't be surprising if they crossed paths there and hit it off.
Right, right. And then there's the whole thing with Allen's breakup with Brittany Williams. There were tons of rumors about the timing, like whether there was any overlap between the relationships.
It's natural for people to try and put the pieces together, especially with someone like Allen, whose personal life is always in the spotlight. But it's important to remember that these are real people, and relationships are complicated.
Definitely. We shouldn't jump to conclusions based on limited information. We can only speculate about what happened behind the scenes.
Exactly. And to their credit, both Allen and Williams have been really respectful in their public statements. There haven't been any nasty social media fights or anything,
Yeah,
which is nice to see.
for sure. It seems like they've both moved on and are happy. And now, a year and a half later, Alan and Steinfeld are engaged.
And that brings us back to that whole issue of privacy in the digital age. It's a constant struggle for public figures, trying to maintain some control over their personal lives when every little detail is analyzed online.
Especially with social media being so huge, it's like a double-edged sword. It lets celebrities connect with their fans more directly, but it also exposes them to constant scrutiny.
It's a tough balancing act. They want to share parts of their lives with their supporters, but they also need to protect their privacy and the privacy of their loved ones. It's even trickier when both people in the relationship are in the public eye.
Like with Alan and Steinfeld, they both have tons of fans, and they're always in the spotlight.
Right, and you can see how Alan's past experiences with the paparazzi have shaped his approach to this relationship. He's clearly trying to protect Steinfeld from that kind of intrusion, and it seems like she's on board with that.
It definitely makes those rare glimpses into their relationship even more interesting for fans. It's like
Yeah.
a puzzle they're trying to solve, looking for clues in every Instagram post or public appearance.
It's all part of what makes celebrity culture so fascinating. We're drawn to these stories because they offer a peek into a world that seems both familiar and extraordinary. We see these famous people going through the same things as everyone else, but their experiences are amplified by their fame and fortune.
It's kind of wild how this engagement has sparked all these deeper conversations about everything from fan culture to politics and celebrity.
Yeah, it's like this simple announcement has turned into this big cultural thing, reflecting all these anxieties and fascinations we have about fame and relationships.
Exactly. It's not even just about them as a couple. It's about what they represent
Right.
and how their story connects to these bigger societal trends.
Right, exactly. Like the debate about Allen's political views, it raises questions about like what role should an athlete's personal beliefs play in how we see them as fans? Can we separate the art from the artist, so to speak? Or do those beliefs change how we view their achievements?
It's tough. No easy answers there. And you can see fans struggling with it in real time, all over online discussions.
Yeah, for sure. And then you have the whole thing with fan expectations,
Mm.
especially in a city like Buffalo where they're crazy about the Bills. They've been so close to the Super Bowl lately, and now there's even more pressure on Allen to perform, both on and off the field.
It's true, some people are even joking that the engagement is a good luck charm, while others are worried it'll distract him. It's like everyone's projecting their own hopes and fears onto this relationship.
Totally, and that goes back to that idea of parasocial relationships we were talking about. Fans feel so connected to these athletes' lives. They feel their wins and losses as their own.
It's like they're part of the team, emotionally.
Yeah, exactly. And that level of emotional investment can be super powerful for both the fans and the athletes.
So where does all this leave Alan and Steinfeld? As they start planning their wedding, and with the Bills still going for that Super Bowl ring, what does it tell us about us and our fascination with celebrities and all that?
Well, I think it shows that even with social media and everything feeling so public, people still crave real connection. And they're drawn to love stories, especially when they involve fame and fortune.
Like we're all looking for a little bit of magic,
Ah,
even if it's through someone else's life.
maybe, and I think on a deeper level, their story reminds us that behind all the fame and glamour, celebrities are just people dealing with the same stuff as everyone else.
Falling in love, building a life together, dealing with scrutiny, celebrating wins. It's universal, even if it's happening on a bigger stage.
Absolutely. And even though we may never know everything about their relationship, we can appreciate the moments they share and maybe find some inspiration in their journey, while also realizing how complicated fame and public scrutiny can be.
So while Allen and Steinfeld get ready for their wedding, and the Bills keep aiming for that Super Bowl, we're left thinking about their story and what it says about our own fascination with celebrities, love, and how public and private life collide in the digital age.